What is up, guys? We are live here with sponsored player Ruben Penaranda, and he's got an exciting treat today. What do you got on you, man?
I got the two new Mega Tins, hot product right now. Everyone's looking forward to these tins, just like every year. They have all the new hot cards, including Borload, Evenly Matched, Great Card, Firewall Dragon, arguably should be banned. Cards like that. We're going to crack these open and see what we can pull.
Alright, let's check it out.
Okay, so first we're going to start off with the little least popular tin, the YuGiOh tin.
Alright, why do you say that exactly?
So, everyone was expecting needle fiber to be in this tin. Obviously, we didn't get it, very controversial.
It is Synchron based, right?
It's Synchron based. I feel like we should have gotten it. I don't think the card's healthy for the game at all, but it's a card so no one has to wait for the promos. We'll just open it so you guys get a little bit of a closer look at what's in here. So first card, Junk Speeder, not bad for any Synchron based deck. You really want to use a Junk Collector OCG import that we haven't had in a really long time. After that, Stardust Assault Warrior. It's not a bad card. It's useful. All these cards are very good in synchro-based decks, but they can't really be abused in anything else. This card, another OCG import. It's actually pretty good, but its restriction to only allow you to synchro summon from your extra deck is actually pretty big. If not, it would be a broken card. Then their Link Monster. It's decent. It's a pseudo needle fiber at best, and it could be used to make Quasar pretty often and double Quasar in some decks. It's very cool, but I don't think any competitive liability there. Next, we're gonna start off first pack right here. Let's see what we can pull, guys.
So it's three Mega Tin packs per tin, correct?
Yeah.
Right.
So you get rare. You get a bunch of commons. You get a super, ultra, and secret. So super, Waterfall, Dragon Souls. Shout out to the Draco decks right here. It's great to put it into there. You get basically value, especially if you're popping it off a diagram. You can play less monsters, so it doesn't conflict with demise, things like that. Next. Ooh. Lumina, not a terrible card. It's used more in Lightsworn based decks like you probably think. It's has a pretty good effect for what it does. It's obviously not as good as the regular Lumina, but it could be used in a lot of decks. And Arrival Rivals, a lot of people tried to tech this out in the Trickstar deck. I feel like it still has a lot of potential. Pretty good card in a normal summon based deck. Anything like Gadgets or Trickstar that gain a lot of advantage from normal summoning. And then we have the World Legacies Scars right here. I don't really know what it does, but not too relevant.
Ooh, one of the high-profile commons, actually, out of this whole set.
Yeah. So then we have a couple more of the commons right here. The FA's archetype. We're hoping to get a little more support in the future.
Fun fact, End of the World is actually like short print, and so is Demise, and so is Ruin. So you can actually, those three cards weren't in the expansion that Megatins usually hit like the last 3 sets or so.
So and, next here we have a couple more of the commons. Let's see what we pull. Headbat, pretty good card. Shout out to Lars still for no German headbats. Okay, here's a pretty good card. The Mech Knights, they all got reprinted in here. They're very good in the new Alistair deck. You get to abuse them really in a going second deck and just OTK your opponent with the crazy advantage that they give you. Okay, Fuse Line. Not the Trap Secret we wanted, but it's not terrible. I mean, with a column-based format that we have now, because of links, it can be used maybe in some more trap-based archetypes. And then Majesty Maiden, great reprint. It's very good for the Draco decks. Pretty sad that none of the Dynamite or Ignis got reprinted in here, but another great reprint just for anyone that wants to try out the Draco deck. Let's see, it's another good card if you actually still want to try and play Monarchs. This is a great card. Kind of restricts your extra deck, but it allows you to summon tokens that you can use to tribute, so very good for that. Let's see what other commons. Another FA card, pretty good. This card was decked out in the Pendulum format. It's a pseudo Photon Thrasher, decent card. We have Plus Minus, not very good. An Amazon card, and then just some other commons. This card's actually very good for the FA archetype if you're interested in building it. This one card you definitely need.
Since you touched on True Dragos, there's a lot of actually True Drago cards in the set. I mean, Diagram got reprinted again.
Yeah,
so
hopefully.
It wasn't in Battle Legends. It's in here again. The only hard cards that you're going to have to get now is, like you said, Dynamite.
Dynamite and Ignis are really the only cards, and even then they're only probably about $5. You can definitely find them on our website online if you're interested. So here we got another Headbat, kind of chasing Lars, I guess. And then, okay, not a terrible card, Break Off Trap Hole. If you're interested in any Trap Tricks archetypes, this is a good card to search off of them. Not terrible. Okay, Ultra Polymerization, another card you can search off the Prep Plants. It's pretty good. Once you use it to fuse, you can banish it from your graveyard and pay 2,000 life points, especially some of the back the fusion materials you use, which is actually very useful right now in a link-based format, since it gives you 2, 3, 4 more materials to link summon. And then what do we get as our Ultra? Okay, Lee, this is the main card besides Ningrisu for the World Chalice archetype. It's a very good card. It's their Stratos it has two very good effects. You can discard a card to add it to your hand from the graveyard, and when you normal or special summon it, it gets a search. Very good card. You guys are rare. Altergeist, Camouflage. I don't think this one's played too much, but the Altergeist archetype is getting a lot more hype right now. So it's very good to see some of their cards reprinted in here, such as Mellowseek and Marionetter.
Yeah, this tin almost gave you like every single Altergeist support, so it's really cool to see Altergeist players kind of get the whole deck in this tin, minus, I believe, one Multifaker, right? Multifaker is the only one with no reprint.
Yeah, Multifaker is the only one. The rest of it did actually get reprinted, which is good, so it becomes a lot cheaper. That's what we really pulled out of the first tin. Not amazing, but we still got some pretty good cards. Here we're gonna open the second tin right here. I feel like I've seen people get a lot more luck over here with the Jaden tin. So we're gonna see what we can do. We're gonna open these promos because they are different. These are more hero based, and I actually think the Jaden promos are a lot better, including Solid Man, which is actually a very good support card for the deck. It's essentially a Goblin Bird for a level 4 lower hero monster, which is really good. Then you have the fusion right here. Here's Solid Man, like I was talking about. It's really great. It helps you just make link plays when we get the new hero link monster. That'll definitely help a lot since we're getting 2 of them in the Legendary Duelist decks, which is amazing. Here we have another card. I'm not really sure what it does. I know it's a OCG import. It's not too relevant in the meta, but if you want to play some casual decks, it's great. Then this card right here, I've actually seen it be used in the OCG a lot, especially since they have super polymerization. It's great to out any U board, anything like that. So basically a lot of decks in the OCG are siding 1 copy of super poly and 1 copy of this. So you can just out any troubling board because, as you know, no one can actually respond to super poly, so it's pretty good. And then the Arcana Extra Jacker. So this card's pretty good for the Arcana Knight deck. It's not too relevant right now, but it is a very good card.
Actually really good, yeah. Almost like a Mechaba, really good with warriors and stuff like that. Speaking of super poly, you think that card, you see that card coming back?
That card's very controversial now with Norden banned, and we have that back. I see it coming back to maybe 1, 2. The format's getting a lot more degenerate, so having a card like that is gets a little more unfair. But the fact that we would have a card like that that just increases the cards you have to play around, I think makes the format a little harder and more diverse. So starting off with the next pack, we got a Speed Road right here, Amazonas. This card was overhyped for the Dark World deck. I think it's a pretty good card, but the Dark World's always being as it is, having to deal with your opponent's cards, having to discard cards and stuff like that. It's a very fragile archetype, so not sure how well it is. It's great with the new Danger cards though. We have this card, pretty cool artwork. Ghost Beef, it was actually bought out a couple times because of a meme. Here we have Amazonas Spy, and then Goki Rematch, one of the actual most important cards in the Goki deck. It's a pseudo soul charge for the deck, and it's actually very good. And it's just a card that allows so much recovery for the deck and to play through so many hand traps. When a lot of people really think of it as a brick, it's just such a good card to have. Oh, Secret Trap card.
Oh, is it evenly? Oh my god, wow!
Another Fuse Line.
Chances. There's only 2 secret rare trap cards in this whole set.
There's 3. There's Fuse Line, Vendred Reorigin.
Oh, Vendred Reorigin,
so, no! Hopefully in these next 2 packs we get evenly matched, but we got trolled 2 times in a row. Oh, I thought it was another Maiden. Here we got a Rocket card. The Rocket archetype is very interesting. It reminds me of a lot of BA, a lot of their floating effects. The only issue with is that they only get their surges and effects during the end phase, which makes them a lot slower. I'm gonna set apart some of the secret rares. Let's put another Fuse Line right here.
Oh,
Rematch, one of my favorite cards. I love that deck.
Flash sale and Fuse Line.
And then another Trickstar card. This one's not too relevant. Let's see what else. More FA cards here. Just wrapping up. This card's very common.
My favorite.
Pull that out. Machado's favorite card in his Infernoid deck.
Yep. It won me a card, guys. It won me a giant card.
Machado's not only the best sponsor, but one of the best players on the team as well.
I want to at least say the best team owner player.
Okay.
At least.
Pretty good card right here. True Draco Apocalypse, as you know, it's came out in Makar. It also came out with a super reprint. It goes great with Majesty Maiden, so it's a really good common. I'm actually going to put that one to the side. Then another good common is Galaxy Worm. It's essentially tour guide for any rank 3 base deck. It's very vulnerable to hand traps because it's the only monster you can control when you want to activate the effect, but it's something I did try out in my Goki deck. So I think that's another notable card to put out to the side. Double Resonator, another good tuner support. Okay, another Rocket card. Not terrible, you know, the supers aren't too amazing in the set. I think the most notable one would probably be either Rematch, maybe Twist Cobra or Ib.
Ooh, Heavy Storm Duster, for sure.
Ooh, this is a good one. Oh, this is Pendulum Monster.
Oh,
Let's
it's
see.
Pendulum Master Service, probably.
Definitely Master Service. Okay,
Ooh,
it's
yeah,
a great card to pull. I'm gonna put the and a True Draco Heritage.
Wow, nice.
These are two amazing cards to pull. This is a card that probably defined Pendulum format because of how much advantage, and the card it pairs amazing with Jackal King actually did for the Pendulum deck. It was great to have, as you saw in Kamal's deck profile. He loved playing these cards. They just gave you so much advantage and so much versatility. Goki Suprex goes along with the rest of the Goki cards, just amazing. More FA cards. This card we see to come up a lot.
Ooh, Ruben.
Right here.
Yep, there we go.
Another short print.
One of the short prints.
Put that onto the side. And then last pack, let's see if we can pull something amazing in here. We've had some pretty good cards, but nothing I would think too amazing. Borload, Topological Bomber Dragon, Firewall, Evenly. There's so many good cards. Even an Ingrisu. It's not too expensive, but it's one of the better cards.
It's not too much to ask for. Come on, come on.
Yeah, Galaxy Worm. Come on, Konami. Okay, let's see. Okay, Hextia goes along with what we were talking about, the Altergeist deck. Really good reprint. Let's see what we got here. Okay, 4,000, 4,000. I personally think this is Zark. Let's see what we get.
Yeah, Zark, that's right. 4,000 attack. That's insane.
Pretty big monster. If you bring this out, there's probably going to be no one that gets over it besides a Kaiju. But the applicabilities of this card right now are very low, and it's not that amazing. And we got another Lee, so we didn't do terrible. And a Destrudo. Destrudo was actually very good. That basically saved that pack. It's pretty good. Then we just got a couple more commons in here.
Yep,
another. So we got 3 short print commons, which I think is pretty good. And then, as you can see here, some of our pulls weren't terrible. We got 2 Fuse lines. We got an Arrival Rivals, the Lumina, the Twilight Sworn Shaman, a Goki rematch. Love that card. We got a Rocket here, 2 Lees, an Ultra Polymerization, 1 Maiden to go along with the Apocalypse, 2 Galaxy Worms, Master Cerebus, True Draco Heritage, which is pretty good. Supreme King Zark, pretty good. Altergeist Hextia, very vital in the Altergeist deck. We got here 2 of the short prints. We're missing one of them that got stuck in the comms. Then Destrudo, one of the best tuner monsters I think we have in the format right now. So just to wrap up, basically how the Megatons were, they're a great product. I always love investing in them. I actually ordered a case for myself. It's a great product to crack open, especially with some of the great reprints we got, including Borload, Evenly Matched, Topological Bomber Dragon, Firewall. These are just amazing staple cards in today's format. They're great for anyone that's trying to build up their collection or just start one trying to get back into the game. These are great staple cards you're going to need. It's not just 1 or 2 good cards like most actual core sets are. This has probably all the cards you're going to need if you need to get Evenly Matches and a Borload and you need a Topological Bomber Dragon and an Ingrisu, just staple link monsters that every deck really should have. This is a great product to invest in. Like always, check out PPG on TCG Player. They have all these singles on sale for the lowest prices. We're going to start out by pumping out more Yu-Gi-Oh content, and then I'm just going to be very excited to see all you guys at the 200th YCS.